recognize that you are a brilliant man. You're very well learned sa law, but minsan mabilis. Kasi actually, that's not where I was going. Binaliktad ko lang. So two of my colleagues started with, or in your discussions, ano yung fishing expedition going down to ultimate facts and evidentiary. Ako, I wanted to distinguish when is it a fishing expedition and when it's not. So I just wanted to know as a fact. Or can we take judicial notice that there was no authentic records in the Saballa and Cabrera?
What's the point again, Senator Judge? There were no authentic...
It was just preliminary because I wanted to compare it with other impeachment complaints. And I wanted to ask the question, when is it a fishing expedition or hindi? So these are legitimate questions. So factually, yung Saballa and Cabrera ba, may authentic records attached. Ang information ko, wala. But I don't want to...
I believe, Senator Judge Allen, that the Zaballa and Cabrera complaints were attached as an annex,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken, to the respondent's answer. Would that be
Yes.
correct, Attorney Poe?
And to be fair,
Yes,
it was...
As well as the annexes.
yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
In fact, the presiding officer noticed that it lacked a page in one of the annexes to the, I think, Zaballa complaint,
So,
which
anyway,
I think pointed out. So that's a fact.
Yeah,
So it's in the
lang-
records, Senator Judge
factual
Allen.
lang po. So, in the absence of authentic supporting record, what factual basis did the prosecution rely on to say that the allegations were sufficient in form and substance?
If I recall correctly, Your Honor, please, there were some attachments to both complaints. And I'm not aware of any rule in the House of Representatives as far as impeachment cases are concerned that limit what may be discussed or investigated by the committee to only what is contained and attached to the
Yes.
impeachment
I'm not
complaint.
questioning if there's an attachment. I'm questioning whether there was... I'm asking question. I'm not even questioning it. I'm asking questions on if there were authentic records. So I'll move on. No? In the complaint against President Bongbong Marcos, the finding was the complaint failed to establish any factual nexus between the president and an impeachable offense. What are presented were policy and disagreements and generalized accusations, not ultimate facts. Yun ang finding ng Committee on Justice. Correct?
Yes, Your Honor,
Okay.
to the best of my recollection.
So that's my question. After answering that question, does the prosecution agree that the requirement of alleging ultimate facts applies equally to all impeachment complaints, regardless of it's the president or the vice president, regardless if it's the ombudsman or the COA chairman?
Yes, Your Honor. And as I recall, when the members of the committee examined the complaint filed against the president, the conclusion of the committee was, in fact, that there were only conclusions of law contained in that complaint, not allegations of ultimate facts.
Yes. Yet in that complaint, there were documents attached, authentic records, and the House did not ask na masupina yung AMLA, BIR, and bank records of the president.
The requirement, if Your Honor, please, of ultimate facts is really based on what is alleged in the petition or complaint itself.
But what was the exact words of counsel? Ang katotohanan ay hindi
Confidential.
confidential. So why in the case of President Marcos is the katotohanan confidential, but in the case of Vice President Sara, it's not confidential?
Wala naman po akong maalalang ruling ng committee in the case of the president na meron silang sinabing confidential.
No,
What I recall is that the conclusion was that the complaint did not allege
Yes.
ultimate facts.
So there was a conclusion even before asking for all of this. But in this case, balikta, there was a conclusion that there's no nexus between the president and an impeachable offense. In this case, walang authentic documents pero humihingi ng supina kasi yung katotohanan hindi confidential. So, which goes to my... well, first, let me honor who I should honor because it seems that the Lisa Masa complaint, which was endorsed by ACT party list, was here kanina, and I think Antonio Tino, I think Sara Elago was here the last week, and I think Representative Ko was here. So in their case kasi, I can say walang selective justice because they wanted the same standards of president and vice president. So that's my next question. We want fairness for everyone and for the Filipino people, but would it be unfair to require 20 years of documents from AMLA, BIR, and bank accounts from Vice President Sara without requiring the same from President Bongbong, considering that all of these scandals is happening during his administration?
If the allegations of the complaint against the president did in fact contain ultimate facts, I would see no reason why the Committee on Justice should not have proceeded with it.
So I'll take that answer. May I ask the same question? Rule 8, ultimate facts including evidence. So the answer of the prosecution was that basta't may evidentiary facts. But ang nakalagay kasi sa Section 1 ng Rule 8, including evidence. What is the position of the defense on this?
The defense follows strictly the rules, Your Honors. While I agree with the distinguished opposing counsel na iba yung ultimate facts and evidentiary facts, no? I don't want to blur that line. Tama naman po yung sinabi ng ating opposing. But yun nga po yung punto namin, no? In the Zabalya and Cabrera complaints, wala pong ultimate facts at wala din pong evidence or evidentiary na nakakalakip doon po sa mga complaints, and which is the very issue that we brought up to the Supreme Court, Your Honor.
So if you were representing now the president and the opposing counsel was also asking for 20 years of records of AMLA bank accounts and BIR, would you still have the same position?
Your Honors,
That unless it is relevant and definite, I read in your
Yes.
pleadings, diba, in your position paper na yun yung. So kasi I'll ask na rin my next question. Why is it definite in your view?
Opo. So on the first question, yes, Your Honor. Even if I were to be representing the President now, I would have the same view, no? Na hindi po pwedeng ganun ka 20 years ang span ng mga documents na hiningi, precisely because the jurisprudence provides that for a valid subpoena to issue, it must be particularly described, plus yung sinasabi po natin na relevance. Now, to the second question as to why it is not particularly described, Your Honors, unang-una, let's start with the bank accounts. No? Yung bank accounts na naka-enumerate sa kanilang request, it is our position na yun po yung natawag kanina na fruit of the poisonous tree. Because as you can see, lahat po ng pinanggalingan na accounts na yan ay yung AMLAC. But which we are contesting, no? Sa amin po, unlawful po yung naging disclosure sa Committee on Justice. But more importantly, pangalawa, aside from just the mere bank accounts, the documents they're asking, Your Honors, while they are specified, kung titingnan mo talaga ng mabuti kung anong hinihingi nila, they're asking for all bank records, without any assertion as to why all of these are relevant to prove whatever allegation they have stated in the articles of impeachment.
I'll skip many questions here and go to that question.